All right, number 3. This whole area of edification is also to make people battle ready. To make them battle ready.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've been so saddened over the years to see people who've had prophecy after prophecy after prophecy, and yet they've remained immature, confused, you know, vulnerable, you know, scared of shadows, flaky, you know, superstitious. Let's call it what it is. Yeah. Because prophecies don't necessarily mature us on their own, but prophetic ministry is supposed to mature us and make us battle ready. Alright? So some of the stuff we talked about last night, you know, if there's the wrong motivation and the wrong approach and whatever, some of the stuff we talked about in the last session, you know, about the perverseness and falseness in prophecy, all of that kind of stuff is not going to produce maturity. But the genuine article in the prophetic will produce maturity.
Absolutely.
And it'll more than just make people mature in the sense that they know who they are and they're stable and strong. It'll make them battle ready.
Yep.
They'll actually be able to stand and fight and win.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in having just a room full of people on Sundays. Man, I want an army.
Absolutely.
I want people to know who they are.
Oh yeah.
You know what the stripes on the uniform mean.
Yep.
Know their function.
Yep.
Know who they relate to and how they, you know, who they lead. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Know what kind of weapon they carry, how to use it, how to kill with it.
Oh yeah. Bring it on, boy.
Come on, little wusses. We've been taught this namby-pamby Christianity. Gentle Jesus, meek and mild. Do you know, he's the Lord of glory.
Yes, I mean.
He's the one out of whose mouth comes a two-edged sword.
That's it.
He's the one who, if he withholds your next breath, it's all over.
That's it.
Come on, this is not mamby-pamby stuff. And God's not looking for a bunch of people who are just going to kind of finally crawl into heaven exhausted.
No way.
And He's not looking for people who've joined the White Knuckle Club. Do you know what that means? Hang on until Jesus comes. He's looking for a church that's spotless and without wrinkle. He's looking for a triumphant church.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be triumphant if we don't have a killer instinct.
That's it. Yeah, boy.
And all the people who just want to love each other are going, what is he talking about? Do you know, we're supposed to love each other and hate the devil.
That's it. Yeah.
We're supposed to encourage one another and loathe sin. We're supposed to accept people for who, you know, however they come.
Yep.
But not condone the stuff that's out of order. Yeah?
Yep.
And if we're going to win, that means that we've got to actually fight to win. That means we've got to have in us what our soldiers in Afghanistan have.
Yep.
You go out, you know your training, you know how you're armed,
Yep.
you know your purpose, you know the job you got to do, and whatever you encounter, you deal with it appropriately.
Amen.
So that means you deal with your own stuff, because they have to overcome their own stuff to go out in the front line. It means we deal with our own stuff. We've got to be as ruthless in here as we are with the devil. You see, one of the reasons that we're not ruthless with the devil is because we're not ruthless with ourselves.
So true.
We allow so many areas where we've given ground to him in our own lives, given ground to the flesh, and because we keep giving ground, then we don't have the fight in us to deal with his stuff outside.
True.
It's time the church stopped giving ground here and here. And we need a killer instinct. Amen. So this is not a pastor talking, you know that, don't you? Have you ever heard a pastor talk like that? Oh, my flock, I'm here to help you to develop a killer instinct. It's not going to happen. Get an apostle in the house and look out. He's going to say, you're going to die, and then you're going to learn how to fight to kill. And all the softies are going to go. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes,
I mean,
amen.
I'm kind of handing it up a bit and whatever, but the fact is that apostles and prophets, their role is to make people battle ready so they can go to the front line.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we talk about covenant relationship. You know, you talk to soldiers and they'll tell you
Yeah.
that the guys in your squad and in your platoon, man, you're in covenant with them.
That's it.
Your life's in their hands, their lives are in your hands.
Yep.
That's how the kingdom works.
It is. Yeah.
We can't fight to win if we're not in covenant
That's
relationship.
so true.
We've got to know our identity, to know who we are, got to
Yeah.
know where we fit in the kingdom, just like they know where they fit in the army, what their role is.
Yep, yep.
They've got to deal with their own fears and panic and all the other stuff. Their homesickness, their, you know,
Yeah.
we've got to deal with their own stuff as well.
Yes.
And then we've got to have the killer instinct. When
Yeah.
the time comes and you're on the front line, then there's no messing around. We've got to be there with functioning in our authority and our power. Knowing the DNA, we have a prevailing spirit. We're more than conquerors. We triumph through Him who called us. Amen?
Amen.
Yeah. And these are the kind of people that prophets are supposed to produce.
Woo, indeed. There you go.
You haven't heard that at too many prophetic seminars, I'm sure. But that's why it's good having a different gift to talk about it sometimes. Because, you know, in the Western world, we're soft.
Yeah.
That's why we have the lobby groups gaining so much ground like they
Yes, yes, yes.
are. You know? And that's why the church feels powerless. Because all we've wanted is to fill buildings with people who will fulfill the pastor's vision.
That's it. Not militant.
We haven't raised up people who know who they are, who know what God's put in their lives, who know how to stand, who know how to conquer, know how to win. And that's why we've had, you know, all this perverseness and